Hey guys, Dino here. Hope you're having a great day. So today we are going to be doing a fun video. Excuse me, I got some cat hair on me. So we're going to be doing a fun video on cruiser boards. So when I was kind of preparing for this video, I asked myself a question. What is a cruiser board? You know, because I have so many different skateboards and I feel like so many of them can cross over into different categories, but for the purpose of this test, I really wanted to narrowly define what a cruiser board is. For my use case, I'm obviously going to say not a popsicle board and not a longboard. So there we go. Hope that clears things up. It must have a kicktail. So for instance, I have the my Lanyards, one of my boards here. It's got a kicktail. It can have street or RKP trucks. So I'm not going to say, oh, if it's got RKP trucks, it's a longboard, or it's a, you know, if it's got street trucks, I'm not going to say, oh, it's a, you know, popsicle board, or it's a skate, you know. So yeah, it can have traditional or RKP trucks. And then I'm not going to give any sort of wheel size requirements because I think that would be extremely arbitrary. And I'd be cherry picking a little too much there. But for general purpose for myself, I would say that, you know, my general purpose is going to be at least 63 millimeters or larger for a cruiser board. But as you know, I have boards like my Lanyards ATV X Cruiser or Ditch Life, and even I think my Lanyards dinghy board, it's got the blunt has a 60 millimeter wheel. So, you know, obviously there are exceptions. So, you know, that's kind of what I asked myself when I was putting together this board. I just really wanted to define what a cruiser board is and relay that clearly to you. So that way we'll move on to our next section. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the boards into 3 different categories. I'm going to go with mini cruiser, which is sub 30 inches. I'm going to go with cruiser, which is 30 to 33 inches. And I'm going to go with large cruiser, which is 33 inches and up. All right, guys. So like I said before, we're going to break these down into different categories. The first one I'm going to talk about is the mini cruiser section. So that's going to be boards that are sub 30 inches. So I do have several boards that fit that category. I'm going to start with my favorite board probably that I have. If I really just want to bust out with a tiny board and go fast, my Lanyards Dinghy Turbo Flight. This thing is awesome. Got the birds on there. You got to love the birds. But yeah, I absolutely love this board. It's so fast. It's got titanium trucks, so it's a little bit lighter than all my other dinghies. You've got these Plow Kings on there. It's awesome. And then, of course, like I said earlier, it's got a kicktail, and I got my nose there. Then I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to go kind of fast, you guys. My next one is this is the new one that I got, the Dinghy Coffin Drizzle, the XL Coffin. This is another one that I really, really like. It's a little bit wider than the Dinghy Turbo, but the wheels aren't as big, obviously. And I think it feels a little heavier because it's got steel trucks, but this is a super fun board. It's very stable, very stable. Then I have the Lanyards Dinghy Blunt. So this one is, I think, about 28.5 inches. Again, we have the 60 millimeter wheels that I mentioned earlier. And yeah, this board's super fun, very stable, you guys, very stable. I love that it's a little bit over 8.5 inches. It's got a solid wheelbase for the deck length. And these Chubby Hogs are awesome. 60 millimeters, it's probably the smallest I'd want to go. All right, so then moving on, we are going to go to the cruiser section. So this is, these are probably a little bit larger. This is going to include something like the my Loaded Coyote here. Now this is a super fun board. I've seriously taken this board so many different places. Like we've gone on trips. I've gone on trips out of town, different things like that. And this is the board that I reached for. This is what I grabbed for. Now when I first got this board from Loaded, I did have the RKP setup from them, but I did not like it, you guys. It was very stiff. It was not turny at all. It allowed me to take the board downhill, but the street truck setup is much better, and that's what I'd prefer and steer you guys to moving forward if you guys were looking at that. Then I have my Lanyards Tugboat. This is another super fun board. So the Coyote has 65 millimeter wheels. I have 63 millimeter wheels here. This is a super fun board, you guys. It's very stable, just like my dinghies. I do like this one's over 9 inches also. Well, the Loaded Coyote is 8.3 inches. This is over 9 inches. So this one gives you a lot more foot space, but for, you know, it doesn't feel as stable sometimes or always as the Loaded Coyote. Then my last one I have in the regular cruiser section is the my Lanyards Dugout. So this is just another style of board. It's one that I really like. This also has the 60 millimeter wheels, I believe. So, you know, I don't shy away from smaller wheels. I just prefer a little bit larger. This is a super fun board. The only thing I would probably say after having a little longer is I don't really like how it narrows out in the back there. I'm finding that I do prefer boards that are a little straighter or at least a little bit wider in the back, because when you're pushing, you put your foot out sideways. It's nice to have a little extra room there. And then, of course, I have more than one, but we are going to start with the Lanyards Gordito Creature. This is the ultimate and large cruisers, you guys. This board is super fun. I absolutely love this board. I find myself reaching for that board more and more every time I take it out. Another super fun large cruiser is the my Loaded Omakase. This board is so much better with these Gullwing Sidewinder trucks. I had the what did I have? I had the Paris V3s. They just weren't the business for this board, you guys. I recommend these Sidewinders if you're gonna get this board. It was so much nicer, so much faster. It was just everything that I wanted from this board originally. And then last but not least, this one's a little bit different. This one might be considered more of a freestyle board or a downhill board even. It's got a kicktail and it's 34 inches. I love it, you guys. Absolutely love it. So that's kind of how I've broken down my boards, and I think what we're going to do next is talk about what my favorite ones are and you know, what I use them for. What do I have any preferences is in the size range, and my favorite attributes out of all of them. So it's time to break down why I chose to break them down that way and talk a little bit. So obviously when you're breaking down these boards into different categories, I felt like anything that was under 30 inches would be, you know, clearly a mini cruiser, something that I could super easily just quickly strap in my backpack and go. I mean, even the regular size cruiser boards are super manageable and very easy, and you know, they're small, light, and easy to get around. But yeah, so I just had to break them down into that. That was the reason for the breakdown. So as far as what I might use what for, so like the mini cruisers, like I said, that's going to be a board where if I'm not trying to like skate and carve and stuff like that, I'm going to grab a mini cruiser. I'm going to just, you know, I'm going to be pushing a little bit more because they generally have smaller wheels, but I like that feel, and it feel, you know, I might use it like a mini cruiser for like skogging, as they say, skate jogging, where I'm just going to be constantly pushing to get a good workout, or maybe I want to practice my switch and I want to, you know, or if I'm just running to the store real quick. I mean, there's going to be times where for sure I love cruising on my dinghy, just going for a cruise. But generally speaking, I only grab the mini cruisers if I'm, you know, if I'm going somewhere quick and I need a small, inconspicuous board. As far as a preference in the size range, I would probably say my I don't know, because I'm loving this Gordito Creature and I love the Loaded Omakase, you guys. But I'd probably say the mid-range cruisers are my favorite. There's just, you know, a lot of options. I didn't bring out too many today because I have so many boards, you guys. I can't take up all of the space. But you know, my Loaded Coyote, the Tugboat, other boards, they're just so fun. Oh, my cat wanted to come say hi to you guys. They're just so fun. So, you know, I would say my preference is probably going to be the mid-sized cruiser boards, just for the versatility. And my favorite attribute of all these cruiser boards is the kicktail, you guys. I absolutely love having the kicktail. It's probably why I'm tending to lean more towards cruiser boards now as opposed to longboards. Longboards are super fun, but cruiser boards are where it's at, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope my breakdowns made sense. There's not going to be a lot of skating in this video, as you saw, because, you know, I couldn't take time to record the footage to skate all these boards, but I did put in some footage of me skating, just not a board from this category. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope it's not too confusing. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Stay safe, stay strong, get out and skate, or do something that makes you happy. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.